Hi, I'm Vincent Andrisani, and this is a special edition of The Place of Sound, titled Songs and Sounds of Home. It's a mixtape developed through a partnership between The Place of Sound, students in the Communication and Media Studies program, and the Carleton University Art Gallery.
Hi, I'm Fiona Wright, and I work at CUAG. In our fall 2022 exhibition, Laura Thaler, 3 Songs, the Romanian-born, Ottawa-based artist has created 3 immersive video works that braid singing, gesture, and filmmaking into a personal exploration of familial ties, loss, displacement, and experiences of duality, of being caught between places, that are familiar to those creating new lives in different countries.
Fiona approached me with the idea of a collaboration based on The Place of Sound, and together we chose 3 audio portraits from students past and present in COM's 4501 Digital Media Production, a 4th-year practice-based course in the Communication and Media Studies program here at Carleton University. An audio portrait is kind of like a visual portrait. It's an oral snapshot of a dialogue that's been edited down to sound more like a monologue. Our take on the audio portrait in COM's 4501 is to explore the topic of home. So in each of the following projects, you'll hear an individual describing what home means to them. The first is by Junique Gooden. The piece is called Missing Warm Skies, and it features her mother. The second audio portrait is by Claudia Gleason and is called Home is Evolving. And the third is by Roop Bajwa and is called Seeking Comfort. In each of these projects, you'll hear the voice of the individual whose portrait is being featured, and not the voice of the creator themselves.
Inspired by Laura Thaler's use of songs to connect memories and experiences of home, we asked students to choose a song to accompany their audio portrait. This mixtape is produced as part of the Stonecroft Symposium 3 Songs, and a special thank you to Kwende Kafensi for connecting us, Mackenzie Holbrook for her help coordinating the project, and Nicole Bedford for editing the mixtape. We hope you enjoy it.
Hello, my name is Junique, and in my audio portrait is a recording of my mother speaking about her definition of home and how it has changed over time. Having been in Canada for over 30 years, the love of her home country never wavered. In the recording, my mother reminisces about her childhood in Jamaica, the music, the energy, and talks of how she found a close connection between the warm summer skies and beaches in Canada, the reminder of her home in Jamaica. In the recording I've chose, Ebb and Tide by Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells, it is a song of longing for a loved one, remembering the moments of embrace and the time spent together. As my mother talks of Jamaica, the sense of longing is there, but there's also new cheerful memories she's creating in Canada through small connections that remind her of home. I'm delighted to share this recording with you all. Thank you for listening. Enjoy.
My name is Vilmarie Gooden, mother of Junique Gooden. Definition of home is Jamaica is an island where it's very warm. Climate is different. The sunshine. Oh, I love the sunshine. the music on the road. They're just going down the street and there's music here and music there. The churches, We have a lot of fun. Home stories. The child growing up at home, we know how to make things out of nothing and be happy with that. Like we will use a piece of wood and our two pieces, put them together and make a go-kart. We use milk carton, stuff it with paper and make it as a ball and we play in the street. Those are some of the stuff we do home, which I know you cannot do here. Where am I now is more quieter than where I was before. It's hard work. It's very multicultural. It's very promising. I feel comfortable. Quite comfortable, I should say. Security, love. When I have picnics with friends I have here now. It's a lot of different places I've been. Like a place called Crystal Beach, where we get to play in the water close by. The big park where we do a lot of different things. So, that's one of the stuff we used to do back home when we go to the beach. So Crystal Beach is one of them, remind me of home. Only in the summertime here, because summertime here you get to go for walks, run with the warm sunshine, and that makes me think of Jamaica because that's what Jamaica is. When we have the summer climate, Home here changed a bit. Now it's like I have emptiness. There's no more children around. My kids going off to college and moving away from me. That's the emotion. But sometimes I'm sad and sometimes I'm happy, that they're grown up and they're on their own doing their own thing. They don't need to rely on me anymore unless they really need to. Kind of miss that sometimes. Family makes a home. Your kid, your husband, your wife, your children, your grandchildren, the people, your family, friends. Every neighbor is your aunt and your uncle, even if you don't relate it to them. Although a home can be anywhere you live where you're happy, it's a home. Where you're most comfortable, that's a home. Anything that makes a home. Mm-hmm.
Where the warm I'm Claudia, and you are about to hear an audio portrait that I recorded and edited in winter 2021. It features my friend Emily and a conversation we had about home and how it has evolved over time, especially when it comes to altering our identities in order to fit into a particular narrative that aligns with the institutions that we grew up in. The song that accompanies this project is titled The View Between Villages by Noah Kahan off his album Stick Season. Much of this album focuses on the concept of home and how it evolves over the course of one's lifetime, but this song in particular embodies many of the emotions that I, and that many others that are intertwined in complex relationships with religion and home, relate to when it comes time to returning to places that may have hurt us. The first two verses of the song are centered around a world of naiveness, where home and existing on Earth are simple. I think both Emily and I spent much of our youth wearing rose-colored glasses, where we did not yet understand how many parts of our lives were constructed on falsehoods and an untrue sense of protection. And once that rosiness dissipated, there was really no going back. The final verse of the song is about returning to this place, older and wiser, and the anger that comes along with that. A minute from home, but I feel so far from it, the song says. The things that I lost here, the people I knew, they've got me surrounded for a mile or two. It can be quite difficult to return to a place without returning to parts of yourself that existed there, and that can be a very frustrating experience. It's also a constant reminder of what you had and what you have since lost. People, relationships, youth, communities, fundamental beliefs, but also about what you have gained and rebuilt in moving away from this part of your life. It's an all-encompassing experience, and one that both this song and Emily's audio portrait explore beautifully.
The idea of home is something that has evolved over time. Growing up in Indonesia, home was wherever I was with my family. From there, I would say home evolved into the building that I grew up in Napani. At that time also, we were very a part of a Christian community, a Christian church there. That was definitely something that I would consider home or like an extension of family. We were part of the youth group and went to the services every Sunday. I sang on the choir, that kind of thing. So that was a big part of what I would consider home when I think back on those times. I think that my understanding of church and religion really tie into my foundations of understanding my identity and my understanding of home. The people that I went to church with every Sunday for all those years, and the people I volunteered with, the kids that I taught in Sunday school, all those people kind of made up my family at the time. It was that idea of shared values and shared spirituality that really made us feel tight-knit, like we had something important in common. And I think that's a big part of what home means to me, that shared investment in something and in each other. Parts of who I am now didn't really fit into that idea. So, for example, my queerness, which is a big part of who I am, and being out is a big part of what I consider home, that wasn't something that was acceptable. There wasn't room for that in my life growing up in this church family. When I go home now, I think it's not so much that there's a part of me that I'm hiding, but that there are different parts of me that show or that shine brighter. My family is still very religious, and I consider myself to not be religious. So going home, there's obviously this missing connect in some ways where we don't have that shared value anymore, that shared investment. So the different parts of me that shine through are maybe the investment in each other or investment in loving each other better or loving people in general well. I think the parts of me like my queerness are still very real, but they don't have as much of a place in that kind of setting as they would on my own in my life here in Ottawa, perhaps. I love thinking about what I'm going to do when I have a family of my own in terms of what home will look like. I think there's a lot of, traditions that I grew up with that I'll want to keep with me. Some underlying themes or values that I grew up with that I want to pass on to my children. In terms of religion, I don't want to be someone who dictates what my children believe in any way, but that also means that I don't want them to feel like they have to have no religion like their mom. I had a therapist when I was younger, and the one thing that I took away from that was when she said, the I is the home, which means that you are the only thing that you take with you. You and who you are and your identity is the thing that you have to make sure that you are most happy with and that you find the most joy in. So for me, that's been a really important part of my journey as I try to figure out where my home is.
Air in my lungs till the road begins. As the last of the bugs leave their homes again, and I'm split in the road down the middle. For a minute the world seems so simple. Feel the rush of my blood, I'm 17 again. I am not scared of death, I've got dreams again. It's just me in the curve of the valley, and there is meaning on earth. I am happy. Past Algebrook Road, I'm over the bridge, a minute from home, but I feel so far from it. The depth of my dog, the scratch of my skin, it's all washing over me. I'm angry again. The things that I lost here, the people I knew, they got me surrounded for a mile or two. The car's in reverse, I'm gripping the wheel. I'm back between villages and everything's still.
Hello, my name is Roop, and in my audio portrait, you'll hear all about what home means to Jess. She is the first friend I made here at Carleton and has become one of my closest and dearest friends ever since. Through our interview, I got to learn so much more about her and how home for her is comfort. It's a feeling that she finds through loved ones, in many places, for different reasons. But you'll get to hear about how one particular place, her childhood best friend's home, was an environment that afforded her the comfort to be herself. To coincide with these feelings of comfort as home, I chose to accompany her story with a song titled I Feel Home by OAR. The artists honor their hometown through this song, and the lyrics of the song encapsulate the comforting feeling that familiar people and familiar places can bring you. I think this song really brings to life the feelings of gratitude when one feels at home, just like Jess. And so, without further ado, I am happy to share her story of home with you. So please enjoy.
Comfort, probably. I feel like home is definitely where you feel comfortable and where your loved ones are, because that adds to your comfort. So home isn't necessarily
like one place. It's kind of multiple places where your loved ones are and where you feel like you can go to feel at home. I feel like everyone, even if you're from a bad situation, right? Everyone has something that comforts them, that they connect with a home, right? Like when I was a kid and, an older kid, and I was figuring out my sexuality, right? And I was, I wasn't scared to go home, but I was scared to talk about that with my parents at home. And for like those couple of years, I always found comfort in going to my friend Claire's house because her mom was so open and really didn't give a crap about who you were as long as you were nice and respectful and friendly. And I felt like I could go to her house after school and I could talk to Claire. And I wasn't scared of her mom overhearing anything. In fact, sometimes her mom would come and join us for a board game and she would be like, okay, so like, what's the tea? What's going on in your life? And I wouldn't feel, maybe I felt a little awkward talking to my friend's mom about, because I mean, when you're a teenager, you never really want to talk to parents about exactly what's going on in your life and about love, because that's all icky and gross. But I felt more comfort there. Like I had like a little mini second home when it came to my feelings about love and about sexuality at that point in my life. It really is what you make of it. It really is where you find comfort. Like that's where your home is. Even if it's multiple homes or even temporary, you can like create a little home space for yourself.
There are few things pure in this world anymore, and home is one of the few. We'd have a drink outside, maybe running out if we saw a couple men in blue. But to me, it's so damn easy to see that your people are the people at home. Well, I've been away, but now I'm back today, and there ain't a place I'd rather go. I feel home when I see the faces that remember my own. I feel home when I'm chilling outside with the people I know. I feel home, and that's just what I feel. Home to me is reality, and all I need is something real. Alright, heading out tonight, maybe off to a dark driveway. I say now, some feel bored and some are looking for more, but we all just decide to stay. We got nothing to do, but when I look at you, I see something that I know and love. And with the crack of a smile, we all stay a while. We know from home there ain't nothing above. Well, in the end, we can all call a friend, well that's something that I know as true. And in 1,000 years and 1,000 tears, I come finding my original crew. 'Cause to me, throughout eternity, there's somewhere we are welcome to go. I said it's something free that means a lot to me. When I'm with my friends, I feel home. I feel home when I see the faces that remember my own. I feel home when I'm chilling outside with the people I know. I feel home, and that's that's just what I feel. Home is reality, and all I need is something real. Home is reality, and all I need is something real. I feel home.
Thanks very much for tuning in to this special edition of The Place of Sound. A big thanks to Fiona and the Carleton University Art Gallery for the collaboration, and to Mackenzie Holbrook and Nicole Bedford for all the help assembling it. Also, thank you to the 3 students, Junique Gooden, Claudia Gleason, and Roop Bajwa, for participating and for sharing their work. A quick reminder that these projects and so many others like them are what comprise the show The Place of Sound. It airs on CKCU at 6:30 p.m. every other Monday evening and is made available on both theplaceofsound.ca and wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening.